I'm your host, Riem Zin Labidin, and you are listening to Tech Tag Podcast. Today, our guest is Galina Atamankina. She's a technical trainer at TechStarter and one of the organizers of the AWS Women's User Group in Berlin. I'm very excited to talk to her. Let's meet with her and learn about her journey. Hello, Galina. I'm very happy to have you today. Welcome to TechTag.
Hi, William. Thank you so much for inviting me. It's a pleasure and honor for me to participate.
It's my pleasure. To start, you can introduce yourself and tell us some fun facts about you.
Sure. Hi, everyone listening to this podcast. My name is Galina. I'm a technical trainer. I teach people various IT skills like system administration, programming, and cloud computing skills. I actually can say that I'm a cloud enthusiast myself. And I work in the IT industry since 2011, so it's almost 13 years now. But actually, my career started in 2007 in a completely different branch, and my first job was teaching foreign languages. I currently live in Berlin, in Germany, but I'm originally from Russia. And in my free time, I enjoy some creative hobbies like photography and playing piano. Fun facts about me. So every time when someone asks me, "Where are you from?" I say, "I'm from Nizhny Tagil," and it's like, "What? What is that?" But the fun fact about my city is that it's right on the border between Europe and Asia, and I was born in a multinational family, so this mix of culture has always been enriching my life experiences, and I'm really grateful for that.
So you can understand different backgrounds.
Absolutely, yes. And it helps me in my life a lot and in the communication with different people.
That's really cool. It seems that you started something a bit not related to computers and cloud. Maybe if we start talking about your education path and then how you got there.
Sure. Actually, the career in tech was not on my radar at all because I was born in a small industrial city and IT was not a word there. And I think it's not a word there still. So it's not the best city for tech careers anyway. And when I was at school, I really loved learning foreign languages, and studying linguistics was a natural choice for me after school. And that's why my career started with different activities where I could apply my knowledge of foreign languages. And it was a mix of different roles at that time. I was teaching languages, I worked as a guide in my city for foreign visitors. I also provided translation and interpreting services, so it was really a mix of different activities. I was partially employed, I was freelancing, and combined different roles. And at some point, I started exploring new opportunities for myself, and I moved to Moscow, which is a really big city with a huge amount of different job offers and with a lot of career opportunities. And I just basically published my CV, and I got a call from a software company, and they offered me an opportunity to work as a technical support engineer. So they were looking for people with language and communication skills and provided technical training on the job. And I thought to myself back then, why not trying? If I like working at this company in this technical role, then I will continue building my career in the IT industry. And I did like it, and I'm still here continuing my IT journey.
Great. Actually, which languages were you teaching?
I was teaching English and German, and this combination of English and German has moved me forward in my life. Well, generally in Russia, people rarely speak foreign languages. Okay, nowadays people mainly learn English. But this combination of professional conduct of two foreign languages is very rare in Russia. And the software company I worked for had a lot of customers in Germany, but it was also an international business. So the internal language was English, the work language was English. That's why they really wanted to have people who speak both English and German. And it was difficult to find someone who can speak those languages on a decent level so that they could run professional communication with customers. And that gave me that opportunity just to start working there and get the technical training from the company. And that was awesome. I'm super grateful for that chance.
Yeah, it's nice opportunity. And how did it happen with the onboarding?
My first job was a customer support engineer. And my responsibility was to talk with customers on the phone and to chat with them to solve their technical problems. So basically, they bought the software, they were using it for their purposes, but sometimes something went wrong. And at those times, the customers contacted the support. And when I started working at that company, the first 2 months were completely dedicated to the training. And I had to learn a lot of things from scratch. For example, I had to learn a lot about computer hardware, how the computer hardware works. It was important to understand how the software works because it was backup software and it worked on a very low level with hardware. So basically, understanding of the hardware, understanding of systems administration, understanding of networking, understanding of virtualization, that were the required skills. And the company had a training center. So basically, there were trainers who ran that training program, who explained us different topics, but there were a lot of homework tasks and there was a lot of work to explore things yourself. So it was the first time when I learned what a virtual machine was and I started using them, and I really was happy to spend this time in training and really enjoyed the different technologies I was learning.
It's also helpful when you are curious about technology and you are open to learn. So when you were in that job, which kind of challenges did you face?
Sometimes it was really difficult to grasp the technical concepts. That's why I actually continued my training on my own in my private capacity. So, for example, to expand my knowledge, I started going to different private technical courses in a private technical school to learn more about system administration, to learn more about different operating systems that exist on the market, to learn more about programming and databases and different related things. So I spent a lot of time educating myself in addition to what I was learning at work. And that was one way to solve the challenges. So basically to overcome this barrier that I didn't understand some technical topics. Okay, I don't know what they are talking about. I will go ahead and learn it. That was one challenge. Another challenge was the specifics of a customer support job itself. When you work as a customer support engineer, it is a very rare case when customers call you to tell you, you know, your software is great. I really love your software and so on. Usually they call to tell you something negative about
Yeah.
it, to express their anger, something like that. And it was challenging to handle the customer emotions, so it really requires some additional training on the communication and on the way how you can manage different emotions and different expectations.
Yeah.
To overcome this negativity in the conversations.
Yeah, I can imagine it can affect even your personal life, or like the whole day, maybe.
Exactly.
Yeah.
This is what you do the whole day. You solve customer problems. Well, basically focusing on the solution instead of the problem can bring you forward. And it is a very rewarding part of your day when you actually find a solution and say to your customer, oh, I know what your problem is. I have a solution for you. Let's implement it. And everyone is happy in the end.
Yeah, I think it's productive to put the focus on the solution because there is a human interaction and sometimes it can be taken personally. And I think this takes a lot of work on yourself and also on the soft skills.
Exactly, yes. It's not only hard skill, but also soft skills, communication skills, emotional intelligence. And it is really important also to have it. And yes, sometimes people really focus on programming, networking, and stuff, but forget about the communication and the fact that people work with other people.
Yeah, because you are interacting with the customer, you would be dealing with people, not only with computers. If you have the right people who are working with customers, it will influence the success of the company.
Yes, that's true. That's true. I totally agree. Though I would say it actually depends. Sometimes when you work with your computer as an instrument and you need to solve some challenging technical problems, those skills of emotional intelligence, they are also really helpful because you need to stay motivated. You need to continue working on a tough thing. You need to be resilient. You need to go get to your
You're
breakthrough.
right.
And yes, I would say different jobs have different challenges, but all those combinations of hard and soft skills are required more or less everywhere.
Yeah, you're right. That's true. And also like the way how interacting with different teams.
Exactly. When you are a software developer or when you are a systems administrator or when you are in any technical role, in the end of the day, you work on a business problem to solve. It's always a business problem that is solved by some technical methods.
Yeah. I perceive the interaction with the code review, for example, between developers. Like if something doesn't work, you will hear a comment about it. But if everything is good, it's rare to have like this appreciation.
That's true. I totally agree here. Yes, when you do a code review, you get some comments. You need to fix that. You need to fix that, improve that. But you rarely get comments. Awesome! I love this part of your code. we
Yeah.
should definitely, we should definitely implement practices to add such comments too.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and this is also maybe when the person gets used to receive comments only about the things that doesn't work, it becomes their part of working on the soft skill to say, okay, now let's look for the solution and keep working into the solution without taking it personally. But sometimes like it is more difficult because you are doing the work and the person who is telling you is also having the similar position. This is why I think appreciation is important also.
I totally agree here. Yes, I totally agree with you. Appreciation is something that we definitely need to express to our colleagues and to ourselves too.
Yeah. And then how did you progress?
Yes, a role of a customer support engineer was really challenging emotionally for me, and at some point I thought, okay, I would like to move on. And my next role was a role of a technical writer in the company developing software for telecommunication companies, and such software is called operation support systems. And this is a really difficult domain to work in. So telecommunications in general is a very difficult domain because it is a lot about networking, building out those networks, monitoring and maintaining those networks, and operation support systems are designed for solving those tasks for telecommunications providers. And that was the next level of challenge for me, of the technical challenge first of all. And this is when I continued my private education journey. But at some point I realized that I spent a lot of time at work. I worked full time, but then in the evening I am in some technical training, or sometimes I did those technical trainings on the weekends. And I thought, okay, if I really want to continue my career in IT, I need to invest some time into getting this technical education. And I decided to go for my second academic degree, and I decided to get a degree in business informatics because I also saw this gap when technical people talk to management and when management talks to technical people, and they just speak different languages. So
You're right.
yeah, and I thought maybe going to a university and getting a degree that involves both the business part and the computer science part will help me in my career. And when I was exploring different education opportunities, I decided to move to Germany to pursue my second academic degree. And this is how I actually landed in Berlin. Yes, and I was studying at the Technical University of Berlin. While I was studying, in parallel to all of my studies, I continued working, and I thought, okay, if it is my time for learning, I will use this time for trying out different roles. And I worked in a systems administration role in a data center. That was the virtualization department that was migrating all their virtualized infrastructure to a private cloud. And this is how I started working with cloud computing. So basically, from building a private cloud and seeing all the internals of a cloud implementation. That was a really interesting experience that still gives me a lot of insight and still is really useful for me in my career. And after a while, I also wanted to try out how it is to work in a role that is related to software development. And I moved to another company where I worked in the role of quality assurance engineer. And as part of this role, I was doing different kinds of testing. So I started with manual testing, then moved to test automation. And at some point, I moved to testing backends, mainly so automating tests for backends. And unexpectedly for me, I started doing DevOps tasks, which was also a great advancement in my career. Yes.
Wow.
That was a pure coincidence as well, because we had two DevOps engineers in our team and both of them took parental leave at the same time. So that's why our backend testing team took over DevOps tasks. That was a really fun experience, and I learned a lot from this experience, a lot of infrastructure skills, and a lot of really hot topics were on my plate, like working with containers, Kubernetes, building CI/CD pipelines and stuff. Yes, so that was also a great contribution to my CV myself.
Wow, that's really impressive. I really like how you are also open about different opportunities to try things out and also to look at things in from different perspective. Like you can have your own company.
Yes, so this is something I can describe as a generalist. So basically, I have really a lot of skills from different areas, and this is what led me to choosing my next role. And this is what led me to choosing technical training because I really have a lot of insights into different areas and I really have hands-on experience in those different areas. And this is something that a technical trainer needs in their day-to-day work because as a technical trainer, you can teach absolutely different domains to absolutely different customer roles. And I find it a really interesting opportunity for myself basically to apply all the knowledge I have and to share this knowledge to contribute to skill development of other people.
That's amazing. And also you have the skills of presenting things. It started like from the very beginning. You were a teacher and you also interpreter, right?
Exactly, exactly. So basically, a role of a technical trainer combines all of the degrees that I have, all of the
Yeah.
experience that I have that I gathered previously. And it is also a rare combination when a person has really education in teaching and a technical education, and I have both of that. So I decided technical training is something that I really want to dedicate myself to because I have this combination of skills and I should definitely contribute to developing this area.
That's really amazing. You have an inspiring journey.
Thank you so much.
And which kind of challenge that you face when you have your trainings?
When you work as a technical trainer, you also work with different people, and a very typical situation is that you have people with completely different backgrounds in your training, and you need to somehow make it interesting for everyone. What I mean is, you have a complete beginners and advanced people in the same group, and you need to present the same material so that it is interesting for everyone. And I need to find different ways to do that so that complete beginners understand all the topics and the advanced learners don't get bored with all of those topics. This is quite a challenge, but I implement some different tricks to make it interesting for everyone.
And also, like, empathy is a skill. And I think through your experiences, it has been developed and it would make you a great trainer for people that you can understand and try to put yourself in their shoes.
That's true, you are right. Having those different experiences, being exposed to different people, to different cultures, going through different jobs, working in different environments has given me a lot of different examples of how you can deal with different people. And this is something that I use in my day-to-day work nowadays.
And this also brings this feelings of motivation to keep doing it and to have an impact
That's right.
on others.
That's right. Yes, impact is a great motivator for me because being a technical trainer, I really perform the task of sharing the knowledge so that people can use this knowledge to advance their own careers. And actually, currently, I work as a technical trainer running a reskilling program for career changers coming from non-technical backgrounds. And those career changes are currently unemployed. So basically, my task is to give them those skills so that they could transition their careers and get those skills that are high in demand and get those jobs that are available on the job market. And I think the fact that I transitioned my career myself gives me also a unique perspective and gives me the possibility to provide the support and guidance to my trainees, to the program participants, and also to be a role model for them. I really find it fulfilling to share my skills, my experiences, my knowledge of the industry, and I really love the social impact of my current job.
Wow, you are really an amazing person. And I
Thank
can
you.
see how much you have a clear purpose and you are making an impact on others.
Thank you so much. Thank you. I'm really happy to hear that from you.
And other than your current job, do you have like some other activities? I remember you mentioned about a meetup.
Exactly. So I currently support the organization of the AWS Women's User Group in Berlin. And this is also an activity that is really fulfilling for me and that I find is really important for bringing more women into technology and bringing more women into cloud computing. So the AWS Women's User Group in Berlin is the first AWS women's user group in the whole EMEA region, and the opportunity to support the organization of meetups for this user group is a really great opportunity for me. And I am also really grateful to Sana, the founder of the user group, for connecting with me and for offering me this opportunity. And the goal of the user group is to provide a safe space for women to share their knowledge, to share their experiences. So it should be space for sharing technical skills, for gaining technical skills, but also it should be space for empowering women pursuing their cloud careers. So I found the idea of organizing such user groups and running meetups for this user group a really great idea, and I am really happy to support this initiative.
Yeah, that's really a great initiative. Are there events for different talks there, or it is a trainings, or how is it?
So the AWS Women's User Group in Berlin was launched in September last year. And the first event was focused on networking, and it was quite an interactive event where we provided the opportunity for different women working in the cloud industry to connect with each other, to share their experiences, and to share the topics that they would like to discuss further during such events. We also had another event in November, and it was focused on technical talks, like the typical meetup standard. Our next event will be in the beginning of March, and it will be an event with the topic of community building and empowerment. So we are inviting some speakers to talk about these particular topics, about women empowerment, supporting women working in the tech industry, and building communities and the importance of communities in our careers. So basically it will be focused on those topics, and we will have an expanded networking part in this event. And we are really happy to welcome different speakers with their talks. So anyone who has ideas to share with other women, they can be technical ideas, they can be career advice ideas, and anything is really appreciated. We would also like to run different events with training formats. So we will have a combination and mix of different topics and different event formats run in this user group.
That's really cool. And I will put in the description of the episode the link to this meetup for people who are interested. And for the attendees, is it okay that men will be part of it, or it is only women?
We decided that we would like to have a women and Flinta only events.
Mm-hmm.
So we welcome women and everyone who identifies as a woman in our events.
Great. This kind of meetups or communities is really helpful because for many years the world managed to make it as a stereotype that tech is for men. And this is what makes many women get one step back from this field. But we need this kind of organizations to show that we are on the right place and there is a safe environment and we empower each other. And when we go outside with everyone else, we know that it is our place. Even if it happens that just only one woman in the team, it doesn't mean that there is something wrong. It means that we belong there and we have a value to bring in the team. And we know that there are other women are working on this field.
I totally agree with you and with all of your points. And it is really challenging to be a minority, to be a representative of a minority working in a specific field that is dominated by another majority, right? And as a women in tech, we have really specific challenges that we need to overcome when building our careers. And it is very important to talk about those challenges, to validate our experiences, to share those experiences with each other, because pretty much every one of us encounters similar challenges. And when we share those challenges with each other, when we discuss them, we can find solutions and we can support each other. And in this way, we can progress in our careers, keeping our self-esteem, validating our experiences as well. Yes, normalizing our experiences and getting to a better future when we stop being an underrepresented minority.
Yeah, and also to actively contribute on different technical projects and become leaders. And at one point in the future, it becomes balanced. Tech field is for everyone. It's also a field where women should share their ideas, and there is also a problem, maybe cultural problem or stereotype problem, that many guys get offended if a woman gives an input or give ideas or solutions. They get used that men solve problems, and it exposes many different problems in the company or in different cultures. But having a community that helps you to stand up for yourself, and it doesn't, because if everyone is having the same mentality, it might make the person think that they are the wrong. But if they have a community, it empowers them and it helps them to stand up for themselves and to keep going despite these challenges.
There are a lot of biases and stereotypes and issues to overcome. Exactly, the goal of the women's user group is to contribute to solving the problems that we currently have and to be a space for discussing them.
Yeah.
Right. I hope for the better future for every one of us who have difficult experiences being a minority. And I also do my best to contribute to making it happen for everyone in the future.
Yes, I can see how much you are working to do an impact on other people's life. I really see that you are an inspiring person. And I'm happy that I got the chance to know you and to talk to you.
Thank you so much, and I'm really happy to have this chat with you, to have this conversation with you, and thank you very much for your invitation. I'm really humbled to be your guest.
Thank you for your time, and it was my pleasure to have this amazing conversation with you. Have a nice day.
Thank you. Have a great day too.
I'm looking forward to our next episode with a new guest and new inspiring story. Until then, stay safe and stay tuned to our next episode. Tic Tac, tackle the inspiration.